Hey, just doing another little update video on my Eclipse Speedway reel mower. I've done a couple of other small things since the last time you've seen it. One is the decal here. As you may have seen in my other videos, I explained the original one was gone, and there's one on eBay listed. And the cool thing about Eclipse Speedway decals is that they all remain the same, at least in the 1950s, so I didn't have to actually find a specific Speedway Eclipse decal, so that was good. And but this one is actually just a really thin paper one, and I actually had to buy two of these because the first one that I bought, it just didn't go on. Once I peeled it back, all the paper and stuff stuck to it really bad, and it got all wrinkly and stuff. This one, it kind of did that too. If you look close up at it, you can kind of tell it's not really quite 100% even, but it works for now. I'd really like to get a metal one made, and then I'd rivet it onto the mower, use this one as a template, and then get a metal one made. So that'll be a future project for later on. And then the seller on eBay mentioned that I could use a metal stamp to stamp the series number on there, so I'll probably do that. And also with the self-sharpening thing, I've always wondered what this big long bracket was on the side of the mower. It's just kind of odd. I thought it was maybe like for lifting it or something, but I talked to my friend that has a couple Speedway mowers, and he mentioned that the bracket for the self-sharpening actually bolts on to this. And if you've seen in the pictures, the slot here is adjustable. It's not just a slot, a hole. It's actually a slot, so it can go up and down. And the reason for that is that's how you adjust the chain when you connect it up. Basically, both chains have a master link, so you connect them both up. This one, the gear on it, I think, has to slide over because it's not matching up, lining up to the sprocket on here, but that's how it works, so that's good to know. It mounts up to here. I've heard also, he's mentioning that you could also just mount it here indefinitely, just to store it. I was kind of thinking about that, but then I was thinking it might also start to get in the way. You guys can let me know what you think. Maybe just tighten it up there, but we'll see about that. And also the Crankstart, yeah, that leads me to yesterday I brought the mower to a friend of mine's house, and he has a big lock triplex reel mower, and we mowed his property with this one and his mower as well, and I got to use his and he used mine here, and it was just a lot of fun to try out each other's mowers. Both of them did a great job. I think they like stretching their legs and everything. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, about that Crankstart, I told him that been a little scared, I guess you could say, on using it. I've never used a Crankstart on something like this, so he showed me how to do it, and he made it look real easy, so I tried it out, and it was it's a lot easier than I thought, so I'll show how that's done here in a second. But other than that, it's pretty much just the same as the last time you saw it. I did adjust the cutting height on it. It's all the way up now to 2.5 inches. It's actually kind of a pain to adjust this thing because when you raise the cutting height, it actually lowers the handle, but when you lower the cutting height, it raises the handle. The mower body kind of pivots when you adjust it, so it helps to have another person hold the mower while you're basically adjusting it and tightening the bolts. But in order to have it at the highest setting, you have to extend the rear caster out all the way to the last bolt. That white stuff you see in there is just grease, but because basically what happens is the lower portion of the mower extends out. It pivots, it extends out when you raise it up. So the reason why this has to be the caster has to be extended out is because the tire would rub on it. As you can see, it already had when it was rubbing on it a little bit when I first did it. But yeah, other than that, it runs great. It's sure a lot of fun to use. And yeah, I'll show you firing it up. Alright, I thought I'd show how this connects up first. So basically there's a little pin in here, and on the edge of this it lines up with the pin, and that's how it grabs. So you just slide it in there, and then as you can see, that will hit the pin. Then you can just spin it over by hand. Sometimes it helps the fine compression stroke, so you can just hit it on half a turn or whatever. So yeah, guess that's all there is to it. Not as bad as I thought it was. I was really worried about it kicking back and doing some damage maybe to my arm, but that's really not the case. So I'll probably be using that maybe a lot more than the rope start now that I know how to do it.